Hello Diamonds and welcome back to Ecobee Season 5. We are now next to the big monument and we can see that everything is getting flooded. So as the plan was, we now have had 2 days of flooding. So if I'm correct, we already have the sea level risen about 2 meters and is continuing to happen. Some others are mentioning that there will be a wave that goes over the land once the water starts to rise, but I haven't seen it myself, just only read on the chat. So I hope I can see. But because of all the floods, the roads are no longer usable. At least I don't think I can use my trucks on this deep water. And yeah, pretty much because some of the barriers were missing, then the whole road is gone. But yeah, anyway, there's not too much to really see around, and few other projects have been quite badly damaged by the floods. Even here is a lot of water. Let's see if this hotel prototype, yeah, the doors are still blocking all the water flow, so it seems all okay. Actually, at Leo's place I was looking around a bit just to see how bad everything is, and there also seems that this type of door is blocking the water off, which is very good, and it does the same here. But the rest of it is all underwater, so not sure you can drive the trucks between the sharks. It's not supposed to work like that. So I might actually give it a try. Just make sure that they don't have too much fuel, so just to check how bad it would be, and does it kick me out right if it touches the water, or will I use a bit? Because usually, like when you dive into the deep water, then like the full truck is submerged, and then it's logical that it kicks you out. But when it's only wheels, I really want to find out. And yeah, with this flood, the line project is pretty much done. There's nothing left for that. So if I open the map quickly and disable the property, like all the middle part is already underwater. So this area was underwater even yesterday, as there was absolutely no blocks put to prevent it. And yeah, so it seems that we cannot finish the line projects. It was a bit too big project to really be completed anyway. But yeah. And the final end is that we want to get the new meteor to shoot down over the weekends. So it would be quite nice to see the disaster again, but this time it will be totally finishing the season. So if it's during the times when I'm still kinda awake, then I will take part and record it. Yeah, let's take the truck quickly. Take most of the fuel out. Put in the trailer truck. And I can probably get rid of a lot of my stuff as well. This one we can put there. Put there. Those stuff that I don't really need anymore, you can just put away. So let's go and see how deep we can go in the water. I don't really have very high hopes. I'm quite sure that once you land in the water you will be kicked out, but let's see. So, this one was nicely covered, so there's no water in this area yet. So we have to go to the further away area. And yeah, later on I just want to quickly fly around and see how bad the situation really is. Because I didn't really go far from my shop yesterday. And well, today. Okay. So it did run fully in, ran a little bit and then stopped. But yeah, it will start kicking you out, so. So yeah, even when it's kinda like knee level, you cannot do anything with that. It's, of course, it's a little bit sad, but it kinda makes sense. Like, it's not really safe to drive the truck when it's submerged. But yeah, we'll quickly take the truck back and then we can take a quick look around. I was just moving around a bit. I found one way so I can actually use truck to come all the way to the power plant. And just to take a look what is the exact reason why we have this nice flooding. So yeah, in the power plant every single generator is working. So the steam engines, they pollute a lot. And I think down there is another set. I don't think there's any easy way down. Maybe there is, but I haven't noticed it. But yeah, this definitely... there's the staircase. So this definitely is making all the pollution extreme. Because there are a lot of those. Because, yeah, steam engines, 41 in the world. And I think they are all, 40 of them are all in government area. The Danish one is separate, but I'm not even sure if it, yeah, it's off. So 40 of those running the same time, it's definitely a lot of pollution, so yeah. So that's the reason for all the nice flooding. And yeah, the way how I found is that if I take this nice ring roads that was built, so this is one of the smelting areas. I did buy a little bit metal there myself for certain projects. So yeah, so I can easily go around and therefore still enter the city. But yeah, most of the map is kind of cut out for me as this is the corner that I needed. And yeah, I also went to Presex's shop to sell some leftover sand and iron bars. And he was pretty much preparing for the next season. I just planning out everything. And it also gave me an idea to maybe start planning and prepare for the big cooking empire that I need to make. So this is probably my action until the meteor will crash. And yeah, I actually saw a little bit flooding as well. So I wanted to really take a look. This is one of the projects that was running kinda as well. Yeah, it's now all underwater, as expected. Yeah, even the lift is fully underwater. Yeah, this happens. So yeah, I will quickly hop to a few other places that are kinda catastrophic. So let's see which place I find for the next point. There's also quite nice tower here, built by Will and Swamdev. So it looks quite beautiful from far away, so I decided to take a look, even though this place is not underwater yet. So the name is also the Ivory Tower. Let's see what we can see around. They have nice shop right here, so you can buy ashlar. It's really good. And the building itself seems to be made out of ashlar as well. And yeah, it just goes through this small ladder on this side. It comes a very, very busy spaces. Like usual, people build rooms that will have high XP. Not really realistic, but this is how the game works. Yeah, quite nice tower. There's something extra outside, but I'm not going to fly anywhere. Yeah, it looks quite good. And when we go downstairs, there's like the main workshop area. So, all the research and everything. Back is the proper manufacturing corner. And outside you can already see that the water level is pretty much starting to come in. All the power for the auto wheels has stopped because it's now part of the ocean biome instead of the river. So that's one of the downsides that this flooding will have, that the rivers will disappear and all the physics will change. So yeah, if you just built the system on the shore and added some water, then it would work, but once the water goes over, then that's the end. So I'm also thinking what area to visit next, because there's not too much to see. You said the lasers are all underwater. Here most of the buildings are above ground, so no problem. So maybe we can go and check out Leo's place, because he does have really big mine. Something that I didn't check out until now, and I was quite surprised. So I do know that he makes really big interesting builds, but I wasn't really ready for like so well organized mine. So yeah, so let's quickly drive there and see how it really looks like. So now we are back where we pretty much started, next to the E monument. Because just behind it there's the entrance to his mine. Because that's why I talked about this door being quite good against the water as well. And yeah, so this is inside his mine. It's like always really well organized. It has all the ways to go around. He has his power generator, the one that inspired me to make the video about this as well. Of course, he's using way more water inside than I did. I only used a little bit. Does he have like emergency exit for all this area? Oh yeah, he does. So yeah, the water here is super deep, because I kinda managed to do it with just tiny bit of water and it started to run everything. So yeah, there are many ways to make it work. And yeah, even when going forward in the mine, there's so many different levels and it's really organized. I kind of like it. And it's a lot bigger than my mine, so definitely spending way more time than I could. But yeah, it looks really nice. I've properly done everything. And yeah, it's kind of everything is handy as well. Like I noticed that there was some iron in some parts, a lot of limestone, sandstone, and of course the coal. So no need to go and buy anything when you do mining or anything related. So yeah. And upstairs is just the shop and few other buildings. And of course the beach house where I'm supposed to reside in as well. Yeah, it's one of the places where I'm permitted to do stuff. Yeah, he has one of the hazmats still in there. A lot of other stuff as well. not put out anywhere. Yeah. It's kind of nice building. But yeah, I think there was one place, yeah, right next to it, which is underwater. So, an unlucky person who had everything disappear underwater. Well, this is what happens. And the shop itself doesn't work. It does show new type of error, saying that vehicle is in water. And therefore you can no longer do any deals. So yeah. So I think there's one bigger project left for us to check out, which is the line. So I will quickly get there and you can take a look how bad the situation is over there. So first thing, what I noticed after entering the line is that even the entrance is fully flooded, both inside and outside. And yeah, there's not really anything left in here. It's all underwater. And yeah, definitely the flight gives you better perspective on everything here. Because the line itself is more like a small city inside a certain frame. Yeah. It's kind of sad, of course, that it's all gone. What are those bubbles? Ah, it's just the physics where it thinks the water is going down. But yeah, so unfortunately we didn't finish this project. Of course it was very ambitious, but it would be nice to have like maybe a small section in very similar way built in the future seasons, or at least having like outside area which has very similar type of buildings. There's like this building here is one of my favorites. It does look a bit abstract and confusing, but it looks nice. And yeah, the stadium is also underwater, so now we can only play water-related ball games. And yeah, the rest of it just couldn't get finished. So here there was no flooring done on this area, which caused the water to come through. And over here there was absolutely no wall either, so it also assisted on that side. But I think the downstairs spots, yeah, there's no water happily here. So there's one hole, but it doesn't affect too much. So this area is kind of safe. Few more holes. And yeah, here is the really strange physics that I still haven't understood, because there's no glass in the middle. So I'm not sure how it can manage this way. Just straight line. But yeah, the game does have very unique water physics anyway, so it can be related. But yeah, it still looks kind of nice, this tunnel. Well, except this interesting truck. The trucks often do end up in very strange places, and we have had a lot of sinking vehicles this season. Like I had few times, other players have had issues. And I think there was someone who even ended up having the truck go all the way into the sky. So they had to ask admins to get it down because they had zero access to it. So yeah. So those are all the things that are happening. And yeah, this water here is exactly the same level as the sea, and therefore those water wheels are no longer turning. It even says that the water wheel does not function in oceans. So it used to be a river, but it's now ocean. And if I go inside, And our small build with almost no water is still running because, well, it's not ocean. So it does say that not waterfall, but still, it's running quite well. So no issues. But anyway, I think I will leave this video right here. So hopefully we can record also the meteor crash that is planned for the weekend. And if not, then we can see in the new season. And in the meantime, I will just start planning for the next season what buildings to make and how to sort all the starter cooking stuff out. So yeah, I will see you next time.